Shaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone, world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. We extend you a very hearty welcome, very warm welcome. That's a Monday, which is Lord Shiva's day. And you know, the Sawan has come, and people are fasting, people are taking care of the nature, beautiful weather all around. And India is looking scintillating and beautiful all around wherever you travel, wherever you go. Welcome to India Tourism 2047. We are resuming the series today once again. We started, if you recall, I'll show you the next slide and you'll get the entire idea. But before that, let me extend a very warm welcome. Green morning and green afternoon, green evening, everybody world over, all my brothers and sisters, non resident Indians, Indian diaspora, those are in different countries, and at the same time, beautiful Bharat, my fellow Indians, we extend you a very warm welcome on Monday, and that is 22nd of July. And you know, today is a very, very important day because Sawan ka pehla Monday, and lots of people are fasting. And at the same time, our Kavadiyas, they are also going basically to fetch the holy water. Let me take you back. Mata ke Navratri the, and that was before Ashtami. Second Navratra, that is on 10th of April 2024. On a very pious day, we had started this wonderful series because our basic aim is when you talk about all varieties of tourism, your spiritual tourism, your pilgrimage tourism, going to heritage properties, seeing different places and all. Of course, besides that, you have got ecotourism, nature tourism, green tourism, wildlife tourism, whatever you can think of, my farm tourism, adventure tourism, fairs and festivals tourism, dance, music, costume, souvenir, everything cuts across tourism. We have been talking with you in detail right from 10th of April, and we covered a large number of our episodes in this series. आपकी माला में 108 मन के होते हैं, and we have taken 108 episodes with regard to this particular series, with this particular program. We started this on 10th of April 2024 with Dr. Subhash Goyal, the legend of the Indian tourism industry, travel trade, tour operation, and whatever you can think of, cruises, aircraft, GSA, different verticals and segments of tourism, what we have got. We started with him on 10th of April, and he set the total carpet, and he gave the total profile, and he made a mention of the golden triangle where tourism, hospitality, and aviation, all three of them, how they are linked up with each other. Our efforts are we would be completing 108 episodes by 15th of August 2024, India's Independence Day, and भारत के स्वतंत्रता दिवस पर हम अपने 108 एपिसोड कंप्लीट करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं और उस डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रहे हैं. चलिए आज चलते हैं. Now, this particular series is that how Indian, the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, various ministries. As I told you, tourism cuts across almost all segments of the economy. Any segment you talk about, khonche wala, three-wheeler wala, I mean say souvenir wala, kuch bechne wala, railways, airport, road transport, sea transport. When you talk about different places, everybody directly or indirectly is linked up. So how Government of India should drive maximum benefits from tourism industry by 2047. हमारा मेन प्रयास तो यही है, हमारी मेन एफर्ट्स तो यही है कि 2047 की जब हम बातचीत करते हैं तो ऐसा हम क्या करें, किस तरह से करें, किस तरीके से करें कि that everybody gets a benefit of it, and by that time India is doing extremely well, and how we should draw maximum benefit with regard to our tourism. Let's take the journey forward. Let's move forward. And a couple of segments we will take point wise so that we all understand what exactly has to be done. So first and foremost thing is we got to develop adequate infrastructure. We got to make optimum use of the existing infrastructure, and wherever the upliftment of the existing infrastructure is required, Besides developing the new infrastructure, that part has to be taken care of. So let's improve, first of all, our connectivity through rail, road, air, sea, whatever is possible. Let's develop the tourist facilities, including hotels, motels, lodges, resorts, recreational areas, wayside amenities, hostels, whatever we can develop, more and more places to suit everybody. And at the same time, we also got to see it whether we want mass tourism or we want selective tourism. We want shoestring budget tourism or we want high spending tourism. We want to focus on few areas or we want to, put new colors on the canvas in different forms. So upgrade and maintain the heritage sites, monuments, and natural attractions, whatsoever is available and whatsoever is feasible to be linked with tourism. Number two, the policy and the regulatory support. When you talk about, we got to implement favorable policies and we got to give maximum tax benefits and incentives for tourism business to grow. We got to streamline visa processes and promote the e-visa further. The facilities have to be augmented, particularly for the international tourist, medical tourism tourist, and other people those are coming to India for different purposes. We got to work on to that. And we also got to ensure the safety and security measure for each and every person whosoever is visiting India. What else? Everybody is talking about nowadays ecotourism, green tourism, flora and fauna tourism, wildlife tourism, nature tourism, farm tourism. So ultimately, what we talk about is sustainable tourism. Tourism which is sustainable, it is beneficial, and it promotes the local communities also, areas also, pockets also, and the country as a whole taking a benefit of that. That is the way we got to look at the whole thing. So we got to promote eco-friendly practices in tourism development and operations. We got to encourage the use of renewable energy sources in tourism infrastructure. We got to implement measures to protect natural habitats and cultural heritage sites. It's very, very important. Further, when we talk about tourism education, tourism skills, competencies, talent management, strategically channelizing, and people got to be passionate because tourism, we should say per se, is not a subject. It is not academics. It's a lifestyle. It's your living. It's what you breathe. Whatever you do, you should feel the fragrance of tourism. So, providing training programs for tourism and hospitality professionals in the most innovative way through the technology, support entrepreneurship through funding and mentorship, for the tourism startups. That is also something very important because small ventures can be taken up by different people. It is not that everybody has to go for employment. You can go for self-employment, you go for entrepreneurship, and we need more startups coming up in this particular segment. At the same time, certain people would like to have employment opportunities both in urban, rural, semi-urban, and at the same time, if you recall, Government of India some time back had talked about vibrant village programs involving, the VVP program when we talked about. Let's move further. How the Government of India should drive maximum benefits as far as the tourism industry becoming the flagship industry by 2047. Let's talk about marketing and promotional areas. Now, traditional marketing, that is done away with. Now, the digital marketing, digital innovative marketing, and something where it is not the customer service, it is not the customer delight, it is not the customer care. It is moving one step ahead that is called amazing the customer. And hence the global marketing campaigns to showcase India's diverse tourism offerings. India has got such a rich cultural heritage, and it has got all seasons, it has got all varieties, it has got all tourism product and services. What is needed is innovative marketing strategies. That is something very important, which we all need, we all require. Let's move in that particular direction. Further, when you come on to the culture and heritage preservation, invest in the conservation and restoration of historical sites and monuments. We should also promote cultural festivals. And India is so rich, it's so colorful, our fairs and festivals. And particularly when you talk about various events, which is known as now the MICE industry, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition, what was earlier known as event planning, event marketing, event management. We can draw more tourists, we can have more visitors, and at the same time, we got to encourage the community participation in preserving the local cultural and traditions and craft and art and values, whatsoever you can think of. Display also, preserve also, conserve also, and display also. So let's move further. What all India should do, Indian government should do, so that by the time 2047 comes, we say, Gaga, this is something. Technology integration is very important. I was just talking to a couple of people in Bangalore yesterday, and it was such a pleasure to talk to them and to understand how to develop the smart tourism solutions like digital guides, virtual tours, mobile apps. At the same time, implement advanced data analytics to understand tourism preferences and at the same time trends, your augmented reality, your virtual reality, your metaverse, all that has to be taken into consideration. Community involvement is very, very important. And that's why Government of India in the last budget, if you recall, they thought about it, let's promote 50 destinations like clusters where everything can be developed as an integrated manner. So foster the community-based tourism initiatives to ensure local benefits, support local artisans and businesses through tourism-related opportunities. Let's promote inclusive tourism that involves marginalized communities. It is something very, very important, community, involvement. And same thing, whatever you earn from there, it should be for the development and further enhancing the living and the comfort and benefits of the locals. Then come health and safety standards. Ensure high standards of the hygiene and safety for tourism facilities. Provide healthcare infrastructure to cater to tourists. Develop crisis management protocols for emergencies. Research and development, very important. Conduct research to identify emerging trends and areas of improvement. What all is needed? One is the research phase, and then is the development phase. In research phase, you've got to select the site, you've got to collect the information research, and thereafter, creation of a partner network and a database. As far as the development phase is concerned, it is the prototype, the elaborations, it is the economic evaluation, and further, that is the marketing dimensions, what all is. So, technical dimension and marketing dimension, both are very important. Invest in the development of the new tourism product and experiences, not only services, experiences. Monitor and evaluate the impact of tourism initiatives regularly. When we talk about impact, ladies and gentlemen, that is your positive and negative, both have to be taken together. That is something very important, which we all have to realize how to go by, what is to be done, which way it should be done, so that there is a maximum benefit coming out of this particular area. Now, how the government of India should drive maximum benefits from tourism industry by 2047, how it should become the flagship, how technology is changing the travel and tourism industry, hospitality industry, aviation industry, and all other segments which are directly, indirectly associated with tourism. So focusing on these points, the government of India can maximize the benefits from the tourism industry by 2047. And when Prime Minister of India gives a call for 5 trillion, vouch you, make sure if we all put in our best of efforts in the most integrated and a professional way, what to talk of 5 trillion, we can go ahead, far ahead of that, because tourism can create jobs, it can foster entrepreneurship, it can ensure socio-cultural development and preservation. At the same time, infrastructure development, but at the same time, sustainable tourism ventures. So today, I just wanted to give you some kind of an insight. And tomorrow, we will be further coming up with some more recommendations from our side, how basically we can move on, what all we can do, how we can take it up, and how Indian tourism can become, the flagship and segment, such an important segment of the economy that the entire Indian economy can develop. There can be a win-win situation. There can be an overall development in all round. Your infrastructure is also coming up. Your economy is also doing well. Your youth are also getting employment, entrepreneurship, and startups and benefits. And at the same time, Indian brains are the best. And we should not be working all the time exclusively. If China is doing manufacturing, we should follow that. No. If we have got human resource, best human resource, why not to polish that? Why not to skill that? Why not to develop their competencies? Let's become the service economy. Let's promote service industry the best possible way. And tourism being a services sector and tourism being service industry, I think it can take a lead. It can become flagship and wonders can be done on this particular planet. And mind you, tourism is a passport to peace. If you need global peace, so many wars going on. The moment you promote tourism and people travel, you have seen live examples world over in number of countries that people have made healthy relations because of tourism. People travel for musical concerts, people travel for cinematic tourism, film shooting tourism, medical tourism, couple of other activities you travel. And at that point of time, why not to have education tourism? Why not to have youth tourism? And let these people travel. Why not we should have faculty exchange tourism? You can develop anything, because all parts of the economy. So let's adopt technology. Let's have technology seeping into and further making tourism more experiential. It should be something which you can feel. You can have the fragrance and the aroma before actually you travel to any particular place. You can see behind me beautiful mountains of the northeastern part of India. You go to Nagaland, you go to Meghalaya, you go to Tirupura, you go to Manipur, you go to Mizoram, you go to Sikkim, you go to Arunachal Pradesh, you go anywhere in northeast part, including certain places, beautiful places, which we have got in beautiful state Assam as well. So all the eight sisters, they have got tremendous potential. I myself feel so very happy when I heard during the pandemic also, challenges also, when everything was standstill, Prime Minister gave a call, Dekho Apna Desh, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India took initiative. Why can't we push that further? Why can't we continue with that scheme? It will give further encouragement, incentive, and impetus to the people to travel to those destinations, those places which are less explored, the economies which need to be developed. India has got treasures. India has got amazing destinations. Let's pull in, let's have a podlock and a confluence of all kind of tourism to different destinations, different seasons, different places, developing India's economy, socio-cultural impact, and win-win situation while developing educate, appropriate and optimistic, infrastructure for the entire travel and tourism, hospitality and aviation industry. With these words, look forward meeting you tomorrow. Tomorrow is very important day. It's a budget day. Let's see what is the allocation to the travel tourism area, to that particular ministry, and how much government is really giving a push to this particular industry, because tourism can be something which can be taken. It's a smokeless industry. And this is something where people to people, human beings to human beings, the contexts which are being taken care of. And particularly post pandemic, people are very keen to travel to those places where they can work also, they can enjoy holidays also. At the same time, their family can also enjoy. They work for a few hours, and at the same time, they work from the remote location. So look forward meeting you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the budget, what all will come for the allocations. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we'll be taking